If you're someone who wants to impress with your vocabulary and speak clearly about how you feel and the ideas you have, abstract nouns are something you should take time to explore.
Abstract nouns are ideas, concepts, personality traits, feelings, and other things that cannot be heard, touched, tasted, smelled, or seen.
If you are somewhere near the intermediate stages of English fluency, learning and becoming familiar with abstract nouns presents you with an opportunity to express yourself and understand fluent English speakers, more like you're used to in your primary language.
They're not only useful in your everyday life, they can be much more interesting than memorizing simple vocabulary and provide you with interesting topics to start to think and live in English.
The world of art, culture, politics, business, and philosophy are full of abstract nouns and what they mean to us in our daily lives.
Abstract nouns to level up your vocabulary is the theme of what we're going to talk about today. The word theme means the main idea or message that runs through a story, artwork, song, or movie. In stories, a theme is the main lesson or message the writer wants to share, like love, conflict, or growing up.
For example, in George Orwell's book, 1984, the theme is how a government can control people's lives.
In art and music, a theme is a repeated element or idea that ties the work together. In classical music, a composer might use a musical theme that appears and changes throughout the piece, giving it a sense of unity. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony is well known for its repeating four-note theme.
In everyday talk, theme can also mean the main topic of a discussion, event, or party. For example, a themed party might be based on a specific idea, like the 1920s or a beach party.
Some synonyms for the word theme as a noun are subject, topic, matter, issue, and concern.
Some example sentences are: many of Shakespeare's plays have a theme of sacrifice.
The artist's latest show focuses on the theme of city decay.
The birthday party had a superhero theme with matching decorations and costumes.
The main theme of the conference was protecting the environment.
The theme of courage runs through the novel.
Courage is our next abstract noun. The word courage means the ability to face fear, danger, or challenges with confidence and bravery. It involves standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult or scary.
Courage can be shown in many ways, such as speaking the truth, helping others, or trying something new despite the risk. In stories and movies, courage is often a key trait of heroes and main characters. For example, in The Wizard of Oz, the cowardly lion seeks courage to face his fears and protect his friends.
In everyday life, courage can be seen in simple acts like standing up to a bully, sharing an unpopular opinion, or facing a personal fear. It is not just about big, heroic deeds, but also about small, everyday actions that require inner strength.
Some synonyms for the word courage are bravery, audacity, fearlessness, grit, and tenacity.
A few example sentences are: the firefighter showed great courage when rescuing people from the burning building.
It takes courage to admit when you are wrong.
She demonstrated courage by speaking out against injustice.
Starting a new job in a different city requires a lot of courage.
Effective communication often requires the courage to express oneself honestly and listen empathetically to others.
The word communication means the process of sharing information, ideas, or feelings with others. It involves sending and receiving messages through speaking, writing, gestures, or other methods. Good communication helps people understand each other and work together effectively.
In everyday life, communication happens all the time. When you talk to a friend, send a text message, or write an email, you are communicating. It can be verbal, using words, or nonverbal, using body language, facial expressions, or gestures. For example, a smile can communicate friendliness, while crossed arms might show defensiveness.
In the workplace, communication is crucial for teamwork and success. Clear communication helps avoid misunderstandings and ensures that everyone is on the same page. For instance, in a meeting, effective communication allows team members to share their ideas and collaborate on projects.
In relationships, good communication is key to understanding each other's needs and resolving conflicts. Listening actively and expressing thoughts clearly can strengthen bonds between people.
Some synonyms for the word communication are discussion, correspondence, interaction, contact, and connection.
Some example sentences are, good communication is essential for a healthy relationship.
The teacher used visual aids to improve communication with her students.
Effective communication skills are important in the workplace.
Misunderstandings often happen due to poor communication.
Communication is easier when there's compassion for others.
The word compassion means the feeling of wanting to help someone who is suffering and in need. It involves understanding another person's pain and taking action to ease it.
Compassion is more than just feeling sorry for someone. It includes a desire to help and support them.
In everyday life, compassion can be shown in many ways. It can be as simple as listening to a friend who is going through a tough time, helping a neighbor with groceries, or volunteering at a local shelter.
Compassionate actions make a big difference in people's lives and create a sense of community and connection.
In stories and movies, characters who show compassion often inspire others and bring about positive change. For example, in Les Miserables, the character Jean Valjean shows compassion by helping the poor and caring for a young girl named Cosette.
In the workplace, compassion can improve teamwork and create a supportive environment. Leaders who show compassion are often more respected and can motivate their team more effectively.
Compassion in the workplace might look like understanding a colleague's personal challenges and offering support or flexibility.
Some synonyms for the word compassion are sympathy, feeling, empathy, understanding, care, and concern. Some example sentences are,
she showed compassion by comforting her friend after a loss.
compassion is an important quality for a doctor or a nurse.
His compassion for animals led him to volunteer at the animal shelter.
The community came together in a show of compassion after the natural disaster.
Her compassion for others fuels her aspiration to make a positive difference in the world.
Aspiration is our next abstract noun.
If you're finding this helpful, please hit the thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. We focus on English fluency and hope you catch our next lesson.
We got the idea for this video from one of you. If you have a topic or idea you'd like us to cover, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think.
The word aspiration means a strong desire or hope to achieve something.
It involves setting goals and working hard to reach them. Aspirations can be related to career, personal growth, education, or any area of life where someone wants to make progress to achieve success.
In everyday life, people have various aspirations. For example, a student might aspire to graduate with honors, an athlete might aim to win a championship, or someone might have the goal of traveling the world.
Aspirations give people direction and motivation, helping them focus on what they want to accomplish.
In stories and movies, characters often have aspirations that drive the plot forward. For instance, in the movie Pursuit of Happiness, the main character aspires to build a better life for himself and his son, despite facing numerous challenges.
In the workplace, aspirations can influence career choices and professional development.
Employees with clear aspirations are often more motivated and proactive in their roles.
For example, someone might aspire to become a manager or start their own business one day.
Some synonyms for the word aspiration are desire, hope, wish, aim, ambition, and longing. A few example sentences are:
Her aspiration is to become a successful doctor.
The artist's aspiration to create meaningful work drives his creativity.
He has high aspirations for his career and is always seeking new opportunities.
Encouraging children's aspirations helps them believe in their potential.
His strong aspiration to succeed was matched only by his unwavering conviction in his abilities.
The word conviction means a strong belief or certainty about something. It involves being confident and firmly committed to an idea, principle, or value. Convictions guide people's actions and decisions, reflecting their deeply held beliefs.
The word conviction also means a declaration that someone is guilty of an offense in a court of law. We're going to focus on the word outside of law.
In everyday life, conviction can be seen in the way people stand up for what they believe in, even when facing opposition. For example, someone might have the conviction that honesty is always the best policy and will act truthfully in all situations, regardless of the consequences.
In stories and movies, characters with strong convictions often drive the plot by challenging the status quo or fighting for a cause. For example, in To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus Finch shows conviction in his commitment to justice and equality as he defends an innocent man.
In the workplace, conviction can influence leadership and decision-making. Leaders with strong convictions inspire their teams and foster trust. For instance, a manager with a conviction about the importance of teamwork will consistently promote collaboration and support among team members.
Some synonyms for the word conviction are belief, view, opinion, position, stance, and thought. A few example sentences are:
Her conviction that everyone deserves respect shapes her interactions with others.
Despite criticism, he held on to his convictions about environmental conservation.
The activist spoke with conviction about the need for social change.
A leader with strong convictions can inspire and motivate their team.
His convictions and his principles clashed with the inevitability of change, causing him to reassess his beliefs.
The word inevitability means something that is certain to happen and cannot be avoided. It refers to the quality of being unavoidable or inevitable. When something is described as having inevitability, it means that no matter what actions are taken, that outcome will occur.
In everyday life, inevitability is often associated with natural events or life processes. For example, aging is an inevitability of life. Everyone grows older over time. Similarly, the changing of seasons is an inevitability, with winter always following autumn.
In stories and movies, the concept of inevitability can create tension and drive the narrative. Characters might struggle against their fate or the inevitable outcome of their actions.
For instance, in Greek tragedies, the inevitability of fate often leads to the downfall of the hero, despite their efforts to change their destiny.
In the workplace and decision-making, inevitability can influence how people plan and prepare. Understanding the inevitability of certain market trends or technological changes can help businesses adapt and stay competitive.
For example, a company might recognize the inevitability of digital transformation and invest in new technologies to stay ahead.
Some synonyms for the word inevitability are certainty, assurance, belief, and assuredness.
Some example sentences are:
The inevitability of change means we must always be ready to adapt.
despite their efforts, the characters could not escape the inevitability of their fate.
The company prepared for the inevitability of economic shifts by diversifying its investments.
Understanding the inevitability of mistakes can help us approach challenges with a more resilient mindset.
The inevitability of aging challenges the notion that youth is eternal.
The word notion means an idea, belief, or understanding about something. It often refers to a concept or thought that someone has, which can be based on personal feelings, opinions, or experiences, rather than on firm evidence.
In everyday life, people have many notions about different topics. For example, someone might have the notion that hard work leads to success, or another might hold the notion that luck plays a significant role in life. Notions can be simple or complex and can influence how people perceive the world and make decisions.
In stories and movies, characters often act based on their notions. These notions can drive their behavior and shape the plot. For example, in Don Quixote, the main character has the notion that he is a knight destined to perform heroic deeds, which leads to many of his adventures and misadventures.
In the workplace, notions can impact teamwork and decision-making. Employees and leaders bring their own notions to their roles, affecting how they approach problems and interact with others.
For instance, a manager might have the notion that collaborative work yields better results, influencing how they structure their team's projects.
Some synonyms for the word notion are concept, idea, opinion, impression, and presumption. A few example sentences are:
She had a romantic notion of life in the countryside.
His notion that technology would solve all problems led him to invest heavily in new gadgets.
The teacher challenged the students' notion about history, encouraging them to think critically.
Despite his notion that he could do everything himself, he eventually realized the importance of teamwork.
Her notion that hard work leads to success was the motivation behind her relentless pursuit of her goals.
The word motivation refers to the inner drive or desire that pushes someone to take action or achieve a goal. It is what gets people moving, energized, and focused on reaching their objectives, whether they are personal, professional, or academic.
In everyday life, motivation plays a crucial role in getting things done. It can often come from various sources, such as intrinsic factors, like passion and personal values, or extrinsic factors, like rewards and recognition. For example, someone might be motivated to exercise regularly because they value their health and well-being, or because they want to look and feel their best.
In stories and movies, characters often have specific motivations that propel the plot forward. These motivations can be simple or complex, driving the characters to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals.
For instance, in Rocky, the main character is motivated by his desire to prove himself as a boxer and provide a better life for his loved ones.
In the workplace, motivation is essential for productivity and job satisfaction. Employees who are motivated are more likely to be engaged, innovative, and committed to their work.
Motivation can come from various factors, including challenging tasks, supportive leadership, and opportunities for growth and advancement.
Some synonyms for the word motivation are incentive, inspiration, motive, reason, provocation, and rationale.
Some example sentences are:
Her motivation to succeed in school comes from her desire to build a better future for herself.
The team's motivation to win the championship is driving them to train harder than ever before.
His motivation for starting his own business was the freedom to pursue his passion and make a positive impact.
Her motivation to succeed was greatly boosted by the helpful advice she received from her mentor.
We hope you found this look at abstract nouns helpful, interesting, and informative.
Remember to hit the thumbs up if you've liked this. It really helps us out, and subscribe to help your English fluency with future lessons. Until next time, keep learning.
And we'll talk soon.